Hi everybody, it's Amy and I wanted to do a tutorial today of how I made these holiday tags. As you can see from the tags, they're little Christmas trees, and what's cool about them is that they are, the die enables you to make the trees like dimensional. You can see the dimension there, so they are super cute. Here's another one that I had made with the die, and again you can see the dimension of the layers of the tree. And this has to be one of my favorite holiday dies of all time, and it's the Tailored Expressions Trim the Tree die set, and it cuts the back for the tree, and then it cuts these layers so that you can layer them on the tree and get your that dimensional effect. So let me show you how I did it. I already assembled one new one. This is how it looks. I haven't put it on a tag yet. I did a patchwork style for this particular time, and I was inspired to do the patchwork style by the paper collection, which is Simple Stories Mistletoe Kisses. And the chipboards for that collection, they have the little patchwork Christmas tree. So I wanted to mimic that on my tags. And yeah, and so to do that, what I did was I took I cut 4 bases, and then with the 4 layers, I chose 4 pattern papers from the collection and ran the layers through 4 times with each of the pattern papers, and then I kind of mixed and matched everything over here. So so I'll assemble the one. This one's already assembled, and then I'll go ahead and assemble one so that you can see how I did that. Basically, here, I'll take this one over here. This set. So basically what I do is I start with the trunk, which is over here, the little tree trunk. Oops, let me grab it, and I glue that down. I apply some glue. I have some multi-medium here. Put that just on the little tree trunk. And I think for this you really want to use a glue that isn't like super fast drying, because you're going to want a little play time with your glue. And the reason I say that is because, let me show you more closely, the tree die leaves an outline around the layers a little bit, so you know, with that you want to be able to move your glued layer down a little bit so that you can get that the outline lined up the way you want. And it also is important because as you go to layer the pieces on the tree, the 4 pieces, you'll want to be able to move them up and down and left to right a little bit, so as you adhere them. So I start with my bottom piece. So these are my 4 pieces here for this, my 4 layers here for this tree. I've applied the trunk. I start with the bottom piece, and what I do is I just kind of curl the ends up with a paintbrush, a thin paintbrush, because these layers aren't too big, and just give them a good curl, and then I leave this piece over here kind of flat, so that's good. And then I curl the other pieces in the same manner with the paintbrush, rounding them around the paintbrush. And here's the second to top layer. Give that a good curl. And then the top layer here, the top of my tree. And so now my pieces are all nice and curled, and you can curl them some more if you like, you know, when you're done. If you want to get them a little bit more curly, certainly take your time and get your pieces the way you'd like them to be, or your layers. Okay, and then when I have them the way, you know, that I want, I apply glue to the flat part, the non-curled part, and I'm going to put that on the base of my tree. And this is where, you know, you're going to be like moving things around a little bit. And I start with the bottom layer there. And I'll pick that up for you. You can see how it's coming along there. Pretty good. Alright. And then I'm going to take and then you push that down. You can put a little weight on it, but I wouldn't put too much just yet because you might want to move that piece around. And I'm sorry, I'm down the My craft area is down my basement. My heater's starting up. So if you hear that rumbling and beeping. Okay, of course when, you know, I go to do a tutorial. So then I'm applying glue to the base of my second to top layer. Oops. And I'm going to put that one down. And then I'm going to do my top layer here. Same thing, leave the curled edge unglued and put the glue on the edge that you didn't curl. Put a little glue there. And then I'm going to stick that down. And see, you'll see, and I'll pull this up closer, you'll see how this die, you know, leaves the edge around the layers. And so they're not quite perfect. So what I do is then I just kind of move them around until I feel like they're good, they're covering the tree good. And I feel like they're looking, you know, the way I want them to look. This one I think needs to go up a little bit. Might need to apply a little bit more glue. You know, this one definitely needs a little bit more glue. So let me do that. I'm so sorry about the heater there. And then this one I want to wiggle with, I want to mess with a little bit too. So I'm going to take that, give it a little bit more glue. Now if you used anything quick dry on this particular die, you're going to get stuck with it where it is, and I don't think that, you know, you might not like that. Okay, so now I got everything where I want it, and I'm going to give everything a good little squeeze on the flat part just to get it to stick down. And there you go. I think the layers came out really cute. I love the patchwork. And so then for my tree star, the die comes with a little star if you'd like to use that. I, as you'll see on mine, I put a little flower on top with a pearl, and that's from a punch. It's from a Nellie Snellen punch, and then I have the this punches, this one embosses. And so what I do is what I did for this with this particular paper collection is there's these little like round circles, and you can take your die and kind of, do I want green? Yeah, no, maybe not green, maybe red. You can take your die and kind of line it up around the candy to get almost like a candy flower effect, and put that and punch it when you have the center of the candy lined up with your punch. So there we go. And that's my flower. And then this is the little embossing tray, and I think you put it face down, then do this, give it a squeeze, then pop it out, and then it just has a nice little embossed detail to the flower, which is probably really hard to see. Then I glue that down. So put some glue. You can put some glue on your tree here where you want your flower topper, but you can use anything you'd like for the topper. It doesn't have to be, you know, a flower. It can be a star, it could be a snowflake, whatever you like. So now that's down, and I'll show you that. I'll show you the tree again, and yeah, and then I just finished the flower by taking one of these little pearls and putting that in the center there of my flower. So yeah, and then I'll do another close-up there. So it's super cute die, I just love it. And then for the tag, as you can see, I have, let's see, where did I put my, I kind of misplaced it. Well, here's the tag I did with the Mistletoe Kisses paper. Super cute. So for tag, I used 2 ovals, and these are stitched oval dies by Little Inker. You can use, you know, any stitched oval dies or just not stitched oval dies that you might have, you know, to make your tag base. And so I cut out this is some blue cardstock and some white cardstock for this tag as opposed to designer paper, because with this patchwork tree, it's just so busy that I wanted it to, you know, I think it'll just look better. I think it pops more with the plain paper background, whereas this one, because the tree, you know, is all the same color. I think it works well with the more busy pattern paper, and you know, looks pretty. So let me you know, assemble this. I just take a tape runner to put the two ovals together. Apply some adhesive. And I'm gonna stick it down on this bigger oval. Let me get this in screen. And just line it up and try to center it as best you can. Don't have to be perfect, because it'll still look cute. And then, yeah, and then I take a hole punch and I punch the top so that I can run my ribbon through it. So give it a punch at the top. Okay. Oh, it's a little stuck in there. There we go. And there's my hole at the top. And I adhere this with some, I adhere the tree to the tag with some the Scotch foam adhesive. So I'll just, you know, flip my tree over that I just made and cut some foam adhesive to put on the back. Let's see. You'll need like a thinner piece for the trunk. So here, hopefully that's thin enough for the trunk. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me see if that's thin enough. It's not showing. Yeah, it's not showing on the other side. And then I need a little bit of a piece for up top. That's a little big, so let me trim that down. Let's see for the top. And yeah, and so then just gonna peel these, peel this off, peel the backing off. And I will put this down, kind of center it in my oval before I really give it a good press so I can move it around. And yeah, and then I'll just kind of press in between those layers that I curled to stick it down. And there we go. Here's how it's looking so far. Super cute. Now I will I have this really cute ribbon. It's from American Craft, and I got it at AC Moore this season, and it's little Christmas trees, and I thought it would look kind of cute on this tag. So I am going to run it through my tag here. And I'm going to adjust it so that you see those trees on both sides. So let's see, I just want to get it like the tails even. And yeah, they're pretty even. Just a little adjustment. And then I'm going to like hold this down and this over so that you can see both sides of the ribbon. You don't get the back. And I'm going to just kind of like stick that there with a little hot glue to hold that the way I want it. Okay, and so that's down. And I also want to put my sentiment tag on here, and the sentiments gift tag readings from My Favorite Things. And I also, this particular cut is from an MFT tag set. So yeah, so it's going to look something like that. And then I have my two little bells. So I need to string that, and I have this silvery baker's twine from Michael's that I bought last year at end of season on clearance. I'm just going to string my bells on it. Oopsie, this twine is giving me a hard time stringing through the bell. So hopefully I can use that. I might have to switch gears here and pick a different twine. No, there it goes through that one, and then the end got a little bit frazzled, so I'm gonna have to cut it to string it through the next bell. And there we go. And then what I'm going to do is tie my baker's twine, which is like white baker's twine with like a silvery thread. And then I'm going to tie this on here. Oops, let me cut that off the raggedy edge. And I'm going to kind of thread this through here. And I'm going to tie this on to here good. And then what did I do on this one? And then I'm just going to tie this to my ribbon on here. So this is kind of hard to do on camera. It's a little awkward because I want to hold this closer to my body. But I'll do my best. Let's see if I turn this upside down a little bit. Okay. There we go. So I got this. I'm going to get that good and tight. And then I'm going to give it another one. And then I'm just going to cut those ends. They're not hanging off there. You could tie it in a bow if you want to, whatever you want. I just thought it would look cleaner the way it is now. So yeah, so that's how I do my Tailored Expressions Trim the Tree tag die tags that I make with that. And here's the other one that I had made with the Jingle Bells, and this is also American Craft Ribbon. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, just let me know, and have a great day. Bye.